Hello, my name is Kinsey Hill, and my informative speech is over sex education. Sex education should be knowledgeable in all schools, even at a younger age. Although most schools don't go into depth with the precautions and different circumstances that could happen, this has led to the increase of teen pregnancy. Would you want to be one of your kids to be one of the approximately 750,000 teen pregnancies each year? Have a child while you're young can affect the development of infants. Not all, but some. Sex education should begin at home. Parents should inform their children about this topic so that their children can easily talk to them and ask questions. Many schools don't teach sex education classes until high school. Therefore, most teens have either already experienced sex or have heard about it. Educating teens about sex is not for them to go out and practice it, but to inform them and build foundation for them as they become mature adults. Right or wrong? Most schools only focus on the abstinence portion of sex, although it should be emphasized that not only abstinence but contraceptions also prevents from STDs as well. Most students don't know what an STD even stands for. Do you? STD means sexually transmitted diseases. Each year, pathogens that cause sexually transmitted diseases, or STDs, infect many millions of Americans. It is a fact stated in the book of Biology, Today and Tomorrow, that women are more easily infected than men by these sexually transmitted diseases. I don't think young adults take it serious the effects that can come from STDs. For example, pelvic inflammatory is one of the bacterial STDs. It scars the female reproductive tract and can cause infertility, chronic pain, and tubal pregnancy, as well as birth defects. I believe that not only should sex be a main focus in high schools, but also it should be more mentioned at home and during the junior age level. It is shown that more than half, over 55%, of 7th to 12th graders say they have either looked up health information online in order to learn more about the issue affecting themselves or someone they know. This is an example of why more children, adults, should have better understanding of what or how to use contraceptives and the consequences of having sex as well. Students should learn about sex, the consequences of not using contraceptions, and the outcomes of having a child at such a young age. The United States has one of the highest teen pregnancy rates in the Western industrialized world. This is scary to even consider. Are parents and teachers taking it as serious when teaching teens about sex? It is stated that federal law does not specifically limit what portions of sexual education can and cannot be taught in schools. It also does not require students to teach about every aspect of sexuality. To me, sex education classes should be taught to help young adults find the values and beliefs about their sexuality. Although it is true, the sex education can intensify young adults to go out and experiment with what they have learned. It is better that they are more informed with this knowledge than to lack this sort of education. Everyone's opinion on sex education is different. Therefore, teenagers who aren't aware of the consequences they face when having a child at such a young age struggle with the decision of abortion. Abortion is the dislodging and removal of an embryo or fetus from the uterus. In the United States, about half of unplanned pregnancies end in induced abortion. They are usually from young adults who can't afford, provide, or doesn't want the infant. When this process is done, it can't be maintained and neither can the pregnancy. Some parents are very productive with their children and think that educating kids about sex in school should not be allowed. This is understandable, only if they are learning about this at home. I learned about sex when I was in junior high, although I had a brief understanding of what the meaning sex was and the precautions to take. I wasn't thoroughly informed about it at home. I still, to this day, learn new ways to prevent STDs and different types of contraceptives to use. Being educated about sex to me is a big deal, and I hope that sex education is more emphasized to children who are just starting school. Sex education will not lower the amount of teen pregnancies or even STDs, but it will help young children, young adults, find what it is that can change their lives forever. Being a teen mom isn't easy, or living with an STD for the rest of your life is difficult. Therefore, sex education should be in the curriculum and should be thoroughly taught throughout middle school and high school levels. It doesn't hurt for what we call kids to be aware of sex, because you never know if they are already sexually active or not. The more educated you are, the better. 35% of pregnant teenagers have an abortion. Do you want to be your child one of these statistics? Then don't let your kids or you become uneducated about this topic. Thank you.